Hello, hello, and welcome to the Everyday Healthy Human podcast. My name is Jen Rulon, and you may know me as Coach Jen Rulon. And today's guest, we have Sarah Lucero Calhoun. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Should have even, yes, okay. And Sarah and I have known each other for a little bit over 6 years. We would see each other at some events in San Antonio, and then she started her triathlon Ironman journey, and we started following each other on the gram, right? And
Yes.
I always knew Sarah was very, very into fitness, but then as I started talking to her more and more, I didn't really realize how into fitness she was, because this woman has done 4 Boston marathons. She has competed in 8 fitness competitions. She has done 5 Ironman triathlons, along with 5 half Ironman triathlons. And then just this year, Sarah qualified for the daddy of them all, the Ironman World Championship in Kona, Hawaii, and I'm super stoked for her. And I knew she would get there. I just knew that she had to be patient. So today I'd like to introduce you to you, Sarah, on the Everyday Healthy Human podcast. So welcome, Sarah, and thanks for joining me.
Thanks, Jen. I'm so excited to be here with you today. Thank you so much for the invitation to come on to the show. I love that you're starting a podcast. It's super exciting because I think a lot of people that follow you on social media probably don't get enough. And when you take your little internet hiatus, this that you do sometimes, you're like, I'll be gone for the
I
weekend.
do.
I'm like, where's she
So
going? Okay. So anyway, glad to be here. And I'm sure a lot of people will be glad to be tuning into the podcast.
thank you. Thank you. So as I told you a little bit about the Everyday Healthy Human podcast, we all have started somewhere, right? A lot of people see the tip of the iceberg, qualifying for Kona, going to Boston, like all of that. But can you sort of share your story about really what you shared with me on the form, and then what we talked about before our conversation? So
Sure.
the table is yours.
Like with you, I think your fitness journey has been a pretty long one and evolved
Yeah.
and developed. And I think I've always enjoyed running and I've enjoyed sports. I wasn't really good at the group sports, but I liked individual sports, and running was running, and I loved swimming too. So when I was I ran through college a little bit as an intramural athlete. But as I got into my 20s and started working professionally, I was a newscaster for 26 years. I started to train and continue training. And I saw that Oprah Winfrey did her first marathon. That was in the early 90s. And that Oprah was big back then. So I was like, you know what? If Oprah can do a marathon, heck, I can do a marathon too. Well, I did a marathon in San Antonio. I think it was 1993 was my first one. Didn't know how to train.
Wow.
I didn't know what I was doing. I ran about 5 miles a day for 4 days a week. Then once on the weekend, I would do a long run, and it would get a little longer and a little longer. So that's kind of how I trained. And that marathon hurt. It was a painful one,
Right.
and I was a
Right.
one and done. And I said, I'm glad I've done it. We'll never do it again. I've reached the pinnacle. But anyway, then I ended up a couple of years later. I was in Chicago. I was like, this seems like a really nice marathon here. I'm going to try to do this one. So I trained for that one, and I did that one too and loved it. But still, I didn't know what I was doing. I just kind of did the marathon, trained a little here, trained there, didn't have any sort of coaching or anything, but got it done. And I just fell in love with running. It was just everything it made you feel so good. And I did that for a long time until I hit my 30s, and the body said, you can't run every day, Sarah. Your joints hurt. It hurts.
Mm-hmm.
So
Amen.
then I started cross training, and I got into triathlons, and I thought, I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna do a half Ironman. Well, why not? I'll just, I swam in high school. I'm already running. I'll pick up biking. And I started training for my first half Ironman after I did like the MS 150. I did, like in 1998
Right.
or at some point I did the MS 150. And then trained for my first half Ironman in 2010. I did Ironman Galveston, the half one. And then I ended up doing that same year. I did Ironman out in Texas in Austin. Remember they had a 70.3 in Austin
Ah,
a long time
yes.
ago?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, did
Long
that
time
one in
ago.
2010, and then I ended up I was gonna
2010. Okay.
go for the full and do the first Ironman Texas in 2011, but then I ended up getting pregnant with my daughter, so I was like, I think I'm just gonna have to put this off for a while. So I couldn't
Right.
really train, and I got into the marathon training again I could do. So I thought, well, I think I'm going to try to qualify for Boston. That seems like a really good, goal. So I did that. I ended up getting a trainer. I got a coach, somebody who actually knew what they were doing when they were running. And he
Right.
helped me get fast enough to qualify for Boston. So I did that with
A
him.
mutual friend of ours, right?
A mutual friend, Edgar, who is a
Right.
well-known San Antonio running coach, Edgar
Right.
Gonzalez.
Very, very.
And
Yes.
and so then he helped me for quite a few years. He was my coach, probably for almost 10 years, to just go back to
Wow.
train for Boston, because I ended up going to Boston 4 times. And in that time, though, I did end
Amazing.
up having 4 children, and I decided after the fourth one, running is not going to cut it. I just got to cross train because there's something going on with my body. You hit your 40s and like the muscles go away and you're just like, ooh, I'm a big blob. So then
Right.
I got into bodybuilding and the bodybuilding competitions, and I saw
Right.
the women that had all the muscles in the gym, and I'm like, well, I need to do what they're doing. And they were doing the fitness competitions. So I got into that,
Yeah.
got down to like 8% body fat. I was like, wow, this is
Wow.
incredible. This is so fun. So what I ended up doing is I did compete in bodybuilding, but I couldn't give up my running. I love endurance. I'm an endurance junkie, just like you. So I would, for about half the year, I would train for marathon, and about a little more than half the year, maybe 7 months, I would do bodybuilding, like just hard. And my coach would
Okay.
not let me run. That bodybuilding coach that I had, beautiful
Yes.
friend of mine
Right.
today, Helen, she would forbid me from running because it's really
Good.
like two
Smart
opposite
coach.
kinds of, yeah, two opposite
Very
kinds
much
of
so.
training. You
Yeah.
can't build muscle if
Very
you're running
much.
it off. So
Bingo.
needless to say, I never
Yep.
got really huge as a bodybuilder, but I got tone, and I really got to where I wanted to be with my body composition. I was really happy. I ended up becoming like getting my pro card as a natural bodybuilder.
You did.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I got my pro
Congrats.
card with the
A lot of hard
natural.
work.
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot of sacrifice. You don't get to go to many places
Yes.
and eat different foods. It's a lot of packaged food that
True.
you make yourself, a lot of meal prepping and
Yeah.
planning. Yeah, sometimes, I mean, one of
Yes.
the biggest pieces of advice that somebody gave me and that I followed was huge. Like, if you have a day where you have an hour, maybe 45 minutes, you can get a workout in, or you can meal prep for the next 3 days. Meal prep for the next 3 days.
Ah,
Take that time to meal prep instead of
interesting.
working out, because then you can control your food for
That's a
the
good
next
tip.
3 days, instead of like you
Yeah.
work out for 45 or an hour, then you're starving, you have no food, and then you just eat like
Right.
a sandwich and 2 bags of Doritos, which is what I used to eat on my way to work. So it's just a lot
Yes.
better
Exactly.
to control the food. Um,
Yeah.
I
That's a
can go
great
on and
tip.
on and on. I ended up, I love endurance. So I got back into triathlons, and I said, I had my goal back in 2010 to do a full Ironman. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go
Right.
for it. I'm going to pick an Ironman, something that's warm and flat and easy. Is that funny? I want to pick an easy Ironman.
Easy.
Um, and I'm going to go
Easy.
for it. Yeah, yeah, I know. I was with the
Yeah.
coach I had at the time. She was laughing at me. She's like, "There's not an easy. I mean, there is a
No.
course that is good with your strengths, but it's not easy."
Yes.
So
Yes.
I did. I picked my first one was Cozumel in
That's
2019. So right
right.
before COVID, yeah,
That's
is what
right.
I went to Cozumel.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and I started doing a plan on Training Peaks. So I followed this plan. I bought it on Training Peaks, and it just started training
Okay.
myself. But 10 weeks out from the full Ironman, I thought, I have only been on the bike for like 60 miles. And I don't think that if I'm on the bike for another hour, I'm going to even get close to 100. I was really nervous, and I'm like,
Right.
I've got to have somebody help me do this, because I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm
Yeah.
following this plan, but it's not working.
Yeah.
So I ended up
Yeah.
hiring a coach back then, and she helped me get to the starting line, and and her training helped me get to the finish line at Cozumel. And I
Right.
thought that was going to be
Love
it
it.
for me. I said, I'm done. I'm so happy. I'm just here and I've done it. I've done it. Well, guess
Right.
what? As you probably can imagine, and then like 2 days later, they're like
Yes, we've
signing up for another one.
that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Yep. Yep.
And so I did. I
That's
ended up doing,
great.
I've
And
done my
then
fifth one. And, crazy as it sounds, after my second Ironman, which I ended up finishing like 2 hours faster, 2.5 hours faster than
yeah,
my first one, I
yeah,
was like, wow, hey, I might be kind of good at this. I think I'm going to just try to go for
yeah,
Kona. So
yeah.
anyway, the
Well,
stars
even I
aligned.
remember,
Yeah.
yeah, I remember reaching out to you because you, you podium at one of your races. I go, and I remember telling you, I'm like, you have to go to roll down. Like you have to be there because, or right. Or like, or did you podium or were you like top? Yeah. I was like, you
Yeah, I
have to go to
did.
roll down. I would go,
Yeah.
do not, you have to go get your award and then you might get that spot. And you're like, really? I'm like, yes, go. And I was like, I was on Instagram. I was like, go, go, go. And when you told me you didn't get it, I was like, no, but
But it was
I
like I
just
won. I
knew
won.
that you would.
Like first four girls went
Yeah.
and I was number five. And so I didn't get to go.
Five.
So I was
That's what
like,
I thought.
oh,
Yep.
oh,
Yep.
I was
Yeah.
so close. And then this year the
Yeah.
stars
But
sort
here
of
you
aligned
are.
in a weird way because like first of all, I had knee
Right.
surgery. I'm super injured. I really thought this year was going to be a wash because I wasn't going to be able to be competitive. And Ironman ended up opening so many more slots for women
They did.
by
Yep.
having women only race in Kona and the men only race in
Yep.
Nice. So they made a lot more room for women in Kona. And so I raced at Ironman Texas this year in April and I ended up getting a spot. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't
You
believe it.
did. You did.
Yeah.
I
Really
know.
crazy.
That was incredible. I know. I saw
Mhm.
that you qualified. I was like, she did it. That just made me so happy. I mean, and and it's interesting too. I mean, we could talk about the elephant in the room about women, the whole split of Ironman, Kona, the men and the women. And I think as I look back in my journey, like I think at that time I would have been upset, because I would want to race with, my partner at the time and all that stuff,
Oh
right?
yeah.
But now I see it, now I see it, and now I see how it really opens up so many more opportunities for women to do
Yeah.
Kona. And that to me is very exciting,
It's so amazing.
it's
Yeah.
it's pretty powerful. Yeah.
I
And
love
I
it.
will tell you flat out, it was one of the hardest races I've ever done.
Really?
It
I'm
yeah,
reading
it will
everything about
it
it
will
right now.
chew up.
Reading
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It will chew you up and spit you out numerous times, but when you cross that finish line, nobody could take that away from you. It's the best feeling in the world.
yeah,
So
and I'm just hoping
yeah,
I
you'll
cross it.
you'll enjoy
I
it.
never need to cross it again. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going to go there once
Yes.
and
Yeah.
that's it.
Yep.
So
Yeah. And even, yep, I get it.
this year I thought
Yeah.
2023 was going to be a throwaway year only because I was injured and I wasn't going to be able
Right.
to compete. And it's like, well, I might as well make this year, if it's going to be my last year, I want it to be memorable and stand for something. So
Yeah.
I accepted the opportunity of becoming an Ironman Foundation ambassador or athlete.
Oh,
So
that's
I
right.
said,
Yep.
yeah, I'll do it. I'll do that. And I'll dedicate this year, not just, it's not going to be about me making a podium or me making whatever. It's going to be about
Right.
me raising awareness about the benefits of sports with children and what Ironman Foundation does for kids and disadvantaged folks
Yeah.
all around the world, not just in the United
Yeah.
States. They do bike distributions, they do backpacks with school supplies for kids, they do adaptive sports
Yeah.
programs, group swim lessons, they have programs for
Amazing.
veterans. They do a lot of really, really great stuff. So anyway, that's what it's been keeping me really busy this year. Just raising
Yeah.
awareness and trying to raise money for that. But I get to go to Kona too, and I'm so excited. I got to qualify. So this year is like it's like a
Right.
double whammy, but a good one.
It is
And
a
a good one.
double whammy. And we'll
Yeah.
and we'll and we'll definitely put that link if you guys want to donate to Sarah's foundation. And I have to do that with you and April. I just haven't gotten around to it. But I was like, I
Yeah.
need to donate, like, because I get it, like I get how important that is to build that for the kids and the Ironman Foundation. So the one question I do have to ask you is, how can you apply the mindset of an athlete to improve your everyday healthy human? Like, how does your mindset apply to your everyday life, and how do you thrive from that athlete mindset?
I think, it's always important to set goals, set a goal,
Yeah.
and I mean, reach that goal day by day, little by little. Sometimes you're going to take one step forward and two steps back. Some days you'll take two steps forward and one. I mean, it's a back and forth. It's not a direct
Mm-hmm.
route from here to there. You're going to have, as we talked earlier, setbacks and challenges and obstacles that you just
Right.
think are going to prevent you from getting where you want to be. I mean, you're going to think it's the end,
Yeah.
it's the end. You're not going to make it, but show up every day, even when you don't want to,
Love it.
just show up and do it. And
Yeah.
trust your training, trust the effort that you're putting
Yes.
into
Trust the
whatever you're doing,
coach.
the coach, whether
Yeah.
it's training for a sport or reaching a
Right.
goal at work or at school. I mean, trust the process, trust your coach, and you will get there. So that's all it is,
Agreed.
it's just,
Agreed.
doing something every day.
Love it. Love it. It just started pouring here in Costa
Ooh, I can
Rica.
hear it.
It's, yeah, yeah. I know. I'm just like, oh gosh. I guess, that's the great thing about, live and stuff like that. And then, let's see, what else do I have? I love that. Is there a specific moment in your life that sparked that, that change or that metamorphosis, other than Oprah doing a marathon? Like, throughout, like, uh, throughout all your, like, the fitness competitions, the Boston Marathon, the Ironman, was there a specific, like, aha moment that you were, like, transformed into a different version of you?
Well, I just think, I mean, in the Ironman, it was finishing my second Ironman when I was able to finish like over 2 hours faster than my very first one. And I finished it. I was
Mm,
able to still walk and I was okay. And I was like, wow, this is like, I can do this. And it's
yeah,
not just going to kill me to do this. And I can do it again. I mean, and this is great. So I think that was kind of
that's
an
great.
aha moment for me when I realized, hey,
Sure.
I'm pretty decent at these. I'm going to try it again
Yeah.
and set a bigger
Yeah.
goal.
Good. Right.
Hmm.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're right. Like, going back to those goals, like,
Yeah.
that's it, and getting into those habits, because we all talk about habits, like, like you said, you got a couple phone calls, you got the podcast, and then you got to go swim. Even though you did your hair and your makeup, you still have to go in and swim. And, it's just like
This
the life of it,
maybe an hour more than I'm going to get in the water.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Um, and then let's see what else. Is there something that you would like to share with the viewers about um, about your fitness journey? Like, is there, like, one tip that you could think about that maybe could help somebody in their own fitness journey, whether they're starting to walk 10,000 steps a day, or they want to do a 5K or their first marathon?
I think it's like, don't let it sometimes it seems daunting or overwhelming to think, oh, I'll never get to that point at all. But I think just
Mhm.
to make small changes, a little bit change a little bit at a time. And then before you know it, you'll have made a whole bunch of changes that really will change your whole life. So, I mean, just doing things little by little, making small changes in your diet, adding a little bit of activity that you didn't
Yes.
do yesterday throughout your days. And that makes a huge difference. I mean, really, it's simple pieces of advice, but it
Yeah.
makes all the difference.
Huge difference.
Mhm.
Okay. Speaking of nutrition, what's your go-to cheat meal?
My go-to cheat meal.
Do you have?
Well, since I'm doing Ironman now, I've not been that great about my nutrition, but I do. Let me see on my cheat meal. Here lately, I mean, I love like a creamy pasta with whatever fish or
Ah,
chicken, whatever, but some sort of an
yum.
Alfredo pasta. My daughter makes these great pastas with cream and cheese, and I don't know what she puts in them, but they're so good. And so I
Oh
allow
my
myself
gosh.
to have that. because I know that, like, for example, the next day I'm going to be on a 5-hour bike ride or 3-hour ride or something.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
at least right now
Body needs that. Yeah.
yeah. And I eat bread with olive oil and salt and pepper at the restaurant.
Yes.
I
Yes.
love like good
Good.
bread with olive oil and salt and pepper. Oh, I love that so much. So
Yeah.
that's really like a
Yes.
big, big just change from what I didn't used to eat
Sure.
before. And I enjoy.
Sure. Very good. Good. Well, and that's just, people will ask me too, like, do you eat bread? I'm like, yeah, I eat bread. I have a half a bagel like almost every day. They're like,
Yeah.
what? I'm like, yeah, and I slather it on with peanut butter and I love it.
Yeah.
Um, and then what, one more question. What is one final thought that you could give the listeners to about how to start their own transformation and become their own beautiful butterfly, other than goals and habits? Is there like one specific, like, I don't know.
I think, you know what, if you don't really know, what you want to go for, but you want to change, you want to do something, I think you just have to have that mentality, do something 21 times, 21 days, and then it becomes a habit. Just do something that you really, oh, do I want to get up an extra 30 minutes early to get that short workout in? Do that 21 times, and then before you know it, it's going to be a habit. It's going to be something that you can't live without and that you actually look forward to.
Right.
So it
And
doesn't
guess
matter if you
what?
want.
We're at, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you
No,
want.
I
Like,
was going to say we're at 21 minutes right
oh,
now.
is it 21 minutes? Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah. Which is,
wrap it up.
no, which is what I'm trying,
No?
like, it's a nice, like, it's, no, it's a
Oh,
nice blend, because you were
I know.
saying 21 minutes and we were at 21 minutes. So yeah,
Yes, 21. That's a good number.
20,
Very good number.
that's
So
a
it doesn't
good
matter if you want
number. Good.
if you're looking to change your body composition, if you're looking to have, better cardiovascular endurance or whatever it is, do whatever for 21 times. And then you're going to begin to feel that it's
Love
like
it.
something that you crave and you look forward to.
Beautiful. And where can listeners find you online?
Well, I'm at on Instagram on Sarah Lucero Fitness, and Facebook I'm at the Sarah Lucero. I do have a Twitter, which is Sarah Lucero, but I don't really get on there too much. So mostly
Okay.
Instagram and Facebook.
Okay. And I did see your website, and I will share all of that. And then I'll also get the link from you so people can donate to the Ironman Foundation.
Yes, please. That would
Excellent.
be so wonderful. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank
Well,
you
thank
for
you
having
so
me.
much for being one of my first guests on the Everyday Healthy Human podcast. And I'm looking forward to seeing your journey for the rest of this year. And can't wait to cheer you from afar
Thank
in
you. You've
Kona.
been so awesome. You're always like in my corner. And I know you're like that with all of your athletes, that you're
Always.
just sending little messages of inspiration. So I really appreciate that. That means a lot because I know you've accomplished so much with what you've done, as a Ironman coach, as a whale trainer at SeaWorld. Like your whole
That's
background
right.
is also, yeah. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much for your motivation.
Yeah. Always, always. Well, thank you. And we'll see y'all soon. Pura Vida. Ciao.